Hello everyone, this is BK78, and for the New Year's special, I've decided to review the Transformers Bumblebee movie, Power Charge Bumblebee. And in my opinion, this should have been considered a leader class because it has the size of an old leader class and it has the electronics of an old leader class. And I just kind of wish Hasbro would have called it a leader class. They could have just called it leader class Power Charge Bumblebee, and that would have been fine. But yeah, let's just take a look at this. So from the front, he looks pretty good, except for this. This is not accurate. I know this is the gimmick of the toy, where this is what makes the electronic sounds. So hold on, I'll just flip it over. Oh yeah, by the way, there's a lot of back kibble on this thing. A lot of back kibble. So if you do want to get this thing, then just keep that in mind. Anyways, the switch is right there. Is it on? Yeah, it's on. Okay. Yep, that proves that it's on. Made the transformation sound. Okay, so you turn the cog, and it doesn't really take away the effects of the figure or the toy rather. Look, I'm gonna probably dub over this audio, but so this could be like a spy channel, but whatever. So you roll it, and yeah, you see that? Yeah, you hear that? Okay, that's one. Okay, so there's not too much audio. Okay, this is coming off again because I really do not like having the electronics on. It distracts from the I don't know. Okay, so this guy, he has two gimmicks. He has a battle mask, which if you saw the pictures, then yeah, you would know that. How I access is that these are spring loaded, the antennas. So you push down on them. I flip out the battle mask, which is also spring loaded. That's it. And it doesn't look bad. Although it kind of looks bald from a couple of angles. Doesn't bother me too much, but you know. By the way, if you know that clear plastic on Transformers breaks easily, then or breaks easier than solid color plastic. This is clear plastic, the battle mask. So just to let you know that it doesn't feel horrible, but you know. Oh yeah, by the way, these two arms are differently colored at the yellow parts. This is painted on, this is different plastic. And the reason why is because there is a flip out blade. So you unclick that and and click it into place. See, that's the blade. A little bit of a rinky dinky one, but it's still a blade nonetheless. And you know, he had it in the movie. It's fine. He had it in the movie, and he's quite accurate overall. Except for the really bulky Harambe chest. Rest in peace, Harambe, you will be missed. And the door rings, which he technically had in the movie. He technically had these door rings, like on the back, but he never had them split out like Bavis Bumblebee. He didn't have them split out until he scanned the cameo at the end of the movie, and even then they didn't show it until Rise of the Beast. So, that's to let you know. Okay, let's just do articulation. Okay, so articulation. Not bad, but it's very, very basic for a toy of this size. So, okay, the head. You know, I'm just gonna keep it back here, just so the head is on a swivel. Not great range, and if you have the battle mask flip out, it kind of limits the range a little bit more because the battle mask kind of bumps into some pieces, and it's just not great. The arms can rotate, they cannot do a full 360. That's fine. They do move in and out, but that's an issue. My soda joints on this guy, they're extremely tight, they're quite tight. Which is not a bad thing, except the transformation joint for the sodas, which is attached to the tire wheel thing, they are quite loose on both. And this arm is especially tight. So, you kind of have to hold the joint, and then you have to move your soda down. So if you want the soda down, you're gonna have to... Crap. For me, at least, you're going to have to, you're gonna have to, hold the transformation joint and then move the actual soda joint down. You get a bicep rotation on both arms. You gotta bend at the elbow about less than 90 degrees. And I think that's the same for this arm, right? And it's about 90 degrees. Yeah, so like less than 90 degrees, I think. Doesn't matter. No wrist swivel on both hands. There's no wrist swivel. The legs, I'm just gonna bring it up here to show you. I guess. The legs, they can rotate to about here. Wait, no. Yeah, okay. This is as far as they can rotate if the knee is straightened, and this is as far as they can go up knee bent. And then I'm gonna have to move the sort of out for this. The legs can move back that far. Okay? That's how far the leg can move back. Not very far. And I'm sorry if it's not a great shot. This is, I don't have a lot of resources at hand right now. The legs can also move out about that far, but, come on. Out about that far, except this piece kind of slows down. It's kind of winky-dinky looking. I'm not a big fan of that. You get a 5 rotation, not matched on both legs, sadly. And then you gotta bend at the knee, about 90 degrees. And this is my biggest complaint with the figure. The biggest complaint I have is that the knees are not ratcheted on both. Because of that, this guy, the knees, since Bumblebee here, Bumblebee's quite a heavy toy, quite a heavy figure, you know, right, because of the electronics and stuff. The knees should have been ratcheted because, and same with thigh was because now, over time, they have to support the body, the main part of the toy, so those are just going to loosen up over time because of all the weight and stuff having to support. And the legs are also quite heavy as well, so if the leg is up and the knee's not bent, and the knee's like in the air, so that's what's going to make the joint down too, and over time loosens it. Just to let you know. There's no pivot, nothing at the foot. So, that's articulation. Has, like, basically all of the same points as, the original 2011, Transformers Dark of the Moon Sentinel Prime, which I do not have, but I have seen that toy guy's toy review of it, and it basically has all the same points as this guy. Alright, so the reason I think this... Okay, so we're going to do size comparisons now, and the reason I say this guy should have been called a leader class, and that is because Dark of the Moon, leader class, Bumblebee. Okay, I know this is the Age of Extinction version, but the mold came out for Dark of the Moon. They're like the same height. They're the exact same size, basically. Except this one's more thinner than this one. This one's a little bit bigger, I would argue. But, like, he's still, like, leader size. This should have been called a leader class. Because if this was a leader class back in the day, and this doesn't even have the electronics. This does not have the electronics in it. This does not have any electronics except for a mech tech backpack. But it didn't come with that. This guy. Yeah, this guy's something called a leader class. I don't know why I paused. This guy has electronics like an old leader class, and is the size of an old leader class. Should have called it a leader class. I know I'm sounding mad over this, but I'm not mad over it. I'm just pointing it out. He is next to a kind of the frog puppet, and you can't really see his eyes. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm going to do transformation on this guy now. But I'm going to have to do a time-lapse one because... A, I don't want to go through all of it, and B, it's going to take me a little bit to transform it, so... You know, I'm probably just going to film myself, like, you're going to see my face. I'm probably just going to film myself transforming it, and I'm going to time-lapse it, so... Okay. The transformation on this guy is not very great. It's parts clash with other parts, and it causes... And sometimes when stuff doesn't tab in very good... Or it just refuses to tab in. So when you tab in something else untabs and bleh. It's just not very fun, but it's far from the worst transformation in Transformers ever. Okay, so I did not want to, real time record the transformation because it was just a pain. And sorry if the time-lapse wasn't so great. It is kind of difficult to transform this thing, but alt mode is great. It's a licensed Volkswagen Beetle, and it looks big. It's big, and it's great. It looks great. It looks the part. It has wheels, and it has underside kibble, but it's not horrible. Like, every Transformer has it, and this is kind of accurate, in a way. Not the placement and how it looks, but like the face under the hood of under the car. That actually happens in the movie. Spoilers. But yeah, one critique though, if you look at the side of it, like bare side, you could see the arms just hanging out. It's not horrible like the Studio Series one. Like the Studio Series Rise of the Beast Bumblebee did this, and that looks, and I still like really want to get that toy. But it's not like great. And also, by the way, you're supposed to like flip these down in robot mode, but I don't like doing that because they're rubber. Because these are rubber. Because the gray bits and the smear is rubber. And I do not like rubber on Transformers. Rubber on Transformers is a no-go. Because if you do not know what rubber does, over time, it dries up, wears down, and cracks and crumbles to dust and crumbles apart. And yeah. I do not like rubber on Transformers. I don't think they should be on Transformers. And if they should be, especially on like on a kid's toy, it's not as bad. But like other instances, like a Generations or Masterpiece, yeah, no. Keep that away. Keep rubber away from those guys. But yeah. Alt mode is solid. It's nicely detailed. No clear windows. Yeah. It's a good alt mode. So, hey, it's me again. So should you get this? Honestly, it's more or less up to you. If you want a big leader class kind of Bumblebee, like styled after the more, like a good leader class style Bumblebee that's like styled after the old leader classes, then yes, go for it. It may not be the most posable thing out there, but it definitely is it's a kid's toy. But like all leader class Transformers from the movies, from like the mainline movie toy lines, were kids toys. Even the hard to transform Revenge of the Fallen leader class Optimus Prime, that was a kid's toy still. So even though it may not be, and it kind of is kind of hard to transform like leader class Prime, but not because it's extremely complex. It's because of stuff classes, spitting everywhere, stuff classes together, and it causes stuff classes together, stuff classes against each other during transformation. It's just stuff this classes with a lot of stuff classes with other parts and stuff. It's not great. And I'm sorry if I'm stuttering a lot. It's just I'm kind of, it's hard to like focus on one more things. But and it kind of causes the transformation to alt mode to not be very enjoyable. Not saying it's a absolutely disastrous transformation. Absolutely not. There are a few transformers out there with that are abysmal to transform. But this guy, yeah, like, as you can see right now, it's kind of hard to get stuff untabbed. Stuff sometimes tabs in, too securely, and it just doesn't want to untab. But I do find some parts of the transformation to be pretty good, like the sifting the chest, like the front of the car, to form the shoulders, and the arms folding in with the tires to complete the alt mode. I actually kind of like that. Sometimes things and like I said, things are too tight, like these exact pieces are way too tightly pegged on. I really do not like that. Like, they should be securely pegged on, but at the same time, they shouldn't be, like, I kind of very breaking it because of that. The light conversion, while clever, is kind of a mess because look at that. Look at that. Holy. Like, it's not, okay, it's kind of bad, but, like, it's not horrifyingly terrible. It's just, this guy is just, he's okay. The robot mode is very good. I feel like the robot mode is fairly solid as just a leader class figure. As a leader class toy, it is quite good. But like, as a... But, like, then there's some stuff of the transformation. And when I first transformed this guy to alt mode, I broke a piece of plastic off that I have since thrown out. But I don't know where that went. I have no idea. Like, I thrown it out. I don't know what part of this guy... It was yellow plastic, but I don't know what part it broke, like, what part of the toy the plastic broke off of. I don't know. But, like, it doesn't... But, like, I can still transform this guy. Like, fine. Overall, like I said, it's not horrible. I do think it's actually pretty good. I do recommend it. Transformers. If you want a good leader class Bumblebee, like I said, or... Because the movie leader class Bumblebees that were considered leader classes, they aren't very good, apparently. I mean, the Dark of the Moon leader, which I showed you, that's pretty good. Can't transform it, because I don't know, I think I'm afraid I'm doing something wrong, or the thing's just messed up. But it's still pretty good. Like, look at this guy. Overall, would I recommend this as a kid's toy? I don't know, because the robot mode is great, your kids will have a lot of fun with that. The alt mode is good, too. But the transformations is not very good. Especially the robot mode to car mode, that's not great. That is not great at all. Car mode to robot mode, not as bad, but still not very good. Still not very good. But, you know, the features are great. I love the fact that they included a blade that he had in the movie. That's great. The battle mask is cool. I do prefer the look of the Bumblebee movie battle mask over the Bayvest battle mask. That's just personal preference. But, you know what? Yeah, this guy's pretty good, actually. Just for his called a leader class. If this guy was called a leader class, yeah, I think this guy would be a great leader class to have. But, you know, and finally, so, my two main issues. My biggest issue, the legs are not ratcheted at all, especially the knees. Those knees should get ratcheted, same with the legs. And the transformation is not very good. Not abysmal, but not very good. Anyways, that's about it. This is a good toy. Transformation's not very good, but just because the transformation's not good, it doesn't mean the toy's not bad. Overall, yeah, I say get them. If you want a good leader class Bumblebee, you know. Anyways, thanks for watching.